How does Linux know that the new password is similar to the previous one? A few times I tried to change a user password on various Linux machines, and when the new password was similar to the old one, the OS complained that they were too similar. I always wondered, how does the system know this? I thought that the password is saved as a hash. Does this mean that when the system is able to compare the new password for similarity, the old one is actually saved as plain text?
Since you need to supply both the old and the new password when using password, they can be easily compared in plain text, in memory, without writing them somewhere on the drive. Indeed, your password is hashed when it's finally stored, but until that happens, the tool where you're entering your password can of course just access it directly like any other program can access things you entered on your keyboard while it was reading from STIN. This is a feature of the PAM system which is used in the background of the password tool. PAM is used by modern Linux distributions. More specifically, PAM_Crackalib is a module for PAM which allows to reject passwords based on several weaknesses that would make them very vulnerable. It's not just passwords which are too similar that can be considered insecure. The source code has various examples of what can be checked, for example whether a password is a palindrome, or what the edit distance is between two words. The idea is to make passwords more resistant against dictionary attacks. See also the PAM_Crackalib man page.
At least in my Ubuntu, the two similar messages cans out. Thanks to the PAM support, as clearly explained in the @slhck answer. For other platform, where PAM is not used, the two similar messages comes out when more than half of the characters are different ones. See below for details. To further check this statement on your own, it's possible to check the source code. Here is how. The password program is included in the password package. As we're dealing with open source technologies, we have unrestricted access to source code. Getting it is as simple as. Afterwards, it's easy to find the relevant fragment of code. A quick check to the obscure.c gives out this. I'm cut and pasting only the relevant piece of code. So, now, we know that there's a similar function that based on the old one and the new one check if both are similar. Here's the snippet. I haven't reviewed the C code. I limited myself in trusting the comments just before the function definition smile. The differentiation between PAM and non-PAM aware platforms is defined in the obscure.c file that is structured like.
The answer is far simpler than you think. In fact, it almost qualifies as magic, because once you explain the trick, it's gone. It knows your new password is similar, because you typed the old one in just a moment before.
Although the other answers are right, it may be worth to mention that you don't need to supply the old password for this to work. In fact, one can generate a bunch of passwords similar to the new password you supplied, hash them, and then check if any of these hashes matches the old one. If this is the case, then the new password is judged similar to the old one. Smile.
Professional.